Hello, everyone. If you are looking for a session on vocabulary, you are at the right place. When I ask the students to pay attention to vocabulary for CAT and other OMETs and other management entrance exams, the question which comes to their mind and which they ask me frequently is, ma'am, how to go about it? Because vocabulary cannot be learned in a day. That's very true. So I have come up with this lovely book. This is called the Bible for all those vocabulary enthusiasts who really want to improve their vocabulary. Why this book, Word Power Made Easy? Because it does not offer you a list of words which you have to cram or which you have to learn, but rather you are asked to work on the words, understanding each word properly, correctly, with its meaning, with its usage, and then the word becomes so familiar to you that you are able to use it without any restraint. So welcome to this amazing session by Supergrads from Top Rankers, where I'll be taking up session 2 of personality types. In the previous session, we had just discussed the 10 personality types. I hope you can recall it. Now, today we'll go even further. So, stay tuned. The most important word which comes here is ego. Ego means I or self. This is a Latin word which has a very special meaning in psychology also. After this ego, you have done you have done already egoist. Just to recall what we did in the last session, and then we also did egotist. So whereas this egoist is completely obsessed with himself, he thinks about himself, he's self-concerned, he's self-absorbed. Egotist is the one who talks about himself. He says how wonderful a person he is. He keeps on bragging about his achievements. He keeps on boasting about his knowledge, about his intelligence, about his creativity, about the salary which he earns. An egoist, as I said, is a person who is self-absorbed or selfish. Now, the next word which we have to do is egocentric. His whole world is centered around himself. A higher degree of being an egoist is this person. Now, after this, in the frequency or in the level or in the depth or in the intensity comes yet another word, which is egomaniacal. Whereas egocentric is intolerable due to his excessive obsession with himself. Egomaniacal is morbidly obsessed with himself. He is morbidly means to a degree which makes you shudder, which makes you go, you know, in fear of this person because this is a sign of madness. Look at the word mania. Mania means madness. Excessive love for his own achievements, his own power, his own knowledge, his own riches. So this is an egomaniacal. So we have egoist, egotist, egocentric, and egomaniacal. After that, we have to learn this very important word, which is other. In Latin language, this means alter. So you have alter ego. Alter ego is the person, your other self, means the person with whom you are so close. He is so close to you. He is your best friend that you consider him your alter ego or the other self, a person who is very close to you. He is your friend. Then from this altar, you have done altruism. You have done altruistic. In the last session, we had done this personality type altruistic, the one who thinks about others over his own needs. So altruistic or altruism, the one who is a lover of humanity, The one who will go an extra mile to support his lonely friend, or even if the person is not his friend, he doesn't mind. He helps everyone without being selfish. He's a selfless person. So in this series, we have other words such as to alter. To alter means to change. Now, this is the verb form of the word alter. Then we have alternative. Then we have altercation. Now, come to the word altercation. Altercation refers to a dispute between two people, a verbal duel, a verbal fight in which they argue a lot. They can even use cheap, profane words which are indecent. So this is called altercation, means a heated discussion which can have the use of vehement words which are considered indecent. Then alternative, as I already said, she takes classes on alternative. Alternative is related to the other choice. Alternative is the choice which person has, the other one. And alternate is happening every other day or every other turn. Alternate refers to the turn. For example, she takes classes on alternate days of the week. She takes swimming classes, she takes writing classes, she takes dance classes. Every alternate day means every other day of the week. Every other. So you can see the use of other here. So if you sum up all these words, you get a fairly good idea of the words which have in them ego and which have in them alter. So in this way, you proceed with these personality types. Now let us see if we can do some exercises on the basis of whatever we have learned. Let us see if we can match these words. These all exercises have been taken from this amazing book, Word Power Made Easy. And let us solve these exercises now. Egomaniacal. Egomaniacal is a person who is morbidly, obsessively wrapped up in himself. He just thinks about himself. Altruistic is a person who helps others. So he is interested in the welfare of others. So your altruistic is number two. And egomaniacal here number one with F. Then comes your alternative. Alternative is other possible. Three. Alternative is your choice. Then coming to alteration. Alteration means to change. Let us alter our plans. I suggest an alteration in your design. Alter is to change. So your answer for 4, alteration is a change, a modification. Then comes your alter ego. Alter ego is one's another self. Alter ego, the one who is close to you, or in other words, he is your other self. Then comes your alternate, which is in the form of an adjective. So alternate is your other possible, this one, as I gave you the examples of the classes. Now coming to the next exercise. Now, these are some questions as we had done in the previous session, if you recall, if you remember. So let us look at these questions. Are we able to answer them in yes or no? This will further take us to the details of these personality types which have been discussed. Is rejection usually a blow to one's ego? Blow means an attack. If somebody rejects you, so this person who is an egoist, will he take it as a blow to his ego? Yes. Are egocentric people easy to get along with? Obviously, no. You cannot get along with egocentric people. Next, does an egomaniac have a normal personality? An egomaniac who is so morbidly concerned with himself that you consider him lunatic, slightly mad. So he is not a normal personality. The answer is no. Next, are egomaniacal tendency is a sign of maturity. This is not a mature behavior, the one which is being reflected in the tendencies of an egomaniacal. Obviously, the answer is no. Then, are altruistic a characteristic of selfish people? Altruism is not the characteristic of selfish people. So the answer is no, because altruism relates to people who are selfless. Then, are altruistic tendencies common to egoists? No. This is contradictory. The egoist person will not be an altruistic and vice versa. Then, is an alternate plan necessarily inferior? If you keep plan B ready for some event or occasion, it is not necessarily inferior. Inferior means of a low quality. So the answer is no. Does an alternative allow you some freedom of choice? Yes, of course, it gives you some choice. That is why you are able to go to that choice. Yes, it gives you some freedom of choice. Does alteration simply keeping things the same? Does it mean does alteration imply keeping things the same? Means, is it same? No, it means to change. So alteration means to change. No. Do excitable people often engage in altercations? The people who can be excited easily, the people who can be provoked easily, are they more prone to participating or involving themselves in altercations? Yes. Your answer is yes. Is your alter ego usually quite similar to yourself? Yes, your alter ego is yourself. Your ways of talking, your philosophies, your behavior, your viewpoints, your thoughts, they are all alike. So the answer is yes. Now coming to the next series of exercise, we have to write these answers. And like we did in the previous session, the first letter of the word has been given. Of course, you have been given a key also, but let us see, let us recall whether we have been able to understand these concepts, these personality types well. So coming to the first question, was other self is alter ego. Next, to change. To change is to alter. The third one, a heated dispute. A heated dispute is an altercation. Then comes next, excessively, morbidly obsessed with one's own needs, desires, or ambitions. This is egomaniacal. Then, unselfish, more interested in the welfare of others than in one's own. So, this person is altruistic. Six, utterly involved with oneself or self centered. This person is egocentric. Next, a choice. You have got a choice. So the answer is alternative. Next, one who substitutes for another. The one who makes a replacement. So this is alternate. So dear students, my suggestion is you work these out. You develop a habit of making notes, write the words down and pronounce them. That is the key. Pronounce them. I do not ask you to necessarily learn their spellings, but at least you pronounce them clearly so that whenever these words come in front of you, you are able to recognize them and you are able to make a logical connection also. And the other tip is try making sentences of your own to make the usage clearer because you get these personality types in your day-to-day world, in your day-to-day life. Try to write these names, I mean, these adjectives, these words, these nouns, and write sentences. The ones which have been discussed here, you can find out these sentences from other sources and resources and do carry out the exercises, the other exercises which have been mentioned in this book. And this will be a short method for you to have a good grip, a good command on vocabulary. That means, some people say that vocabulary is akin to intelligence. So if I say that you become intelligent, more intelligent, super intelligent with the use of this book, I will not be exaggerating. So stay tuned for more such content and do subscribe to our channel And do share this video among the student community, all those who are aspiring for any competitive exam or in other manner, in other walks of life also, if they are working, this is going to benefit them immensely. So thank you. All the best. More power to you. God bless you.